So I already have done all 9 before, and you can kind of tell the difference already. Sorta. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can tell that these 3 are the strawberry and then all the rest are purple, but I think once it comes all together you're not going to be able to really notice. Okay, so next you're going to need some, I'm not really sure what this is called, I don't remember. It's wire that has been wrapped in green thread to make it look like a flower stem. And I picked this up at Michael's, I believe, and it was only like $1. But I've had this for a while because I made some other flowers back when. And I've had this for a while, so what I'm doing is just evening the 2 ends off. So what you're going to do is just keep these together. And I'm just going to kind of, like so. They don't have to be perfect because once we get the floral tape around it, it'll take care of that. So I'm just going to hold them together, and now is the fun part. Putting your actual flower together. Okay, so what I have here is just a ton of my purple thread. Just a nice long piece. It's probably, I'd say, about 3 feet in length, about a yard. Then what you're going to do is take one of your petals, and you're just going to put it on, and I want some of that green to show inside the rose. So this is kind of the tricky part, is holding it long enough to get it set to go. What I'm going to do is hold that ribbon between my ring finger and my middle finger, and I'm just going to start wrapping it. Just right up at the top, and you want to wrap this one really well, and then just kind of wrap down and then back up. Okay, so that starts off the center of your flower. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and tie it off using that extra piece of string I left, or thread. Tie it off and just trim off the extra little bit, leaving your long piece still on. Okay, then what you want to do is just kind of push it just a little bit, not too much. Grab another petal and just kind of form it around it. Okay. And this is probably like the trickiest part for me, is making the rosebud in the center. Then again, you're just going to wrap it really well, down and back up. And what I'm going to do is, again, using my 2 fingers, I'm going to make a circle and pull it through, and just do that twice. Okay? Like so. Then what you want to do is you want to add your petals, alternating. You don't ever want to, like, I can get this in camera, I don't want to add it back here because that would just look funny. I'm going to go to the side with my petal here, and I'm just going to hold it, and then I'm going to start wrapping. And again, I'll go down and back up. Now it's okay if you don't have enough string to complete the whole flower. You're going to have to cut off a few pieces to finish off this whole flower. And okay, there we go. Okay, one more again. And I don't remember if I told you or not, but I have a total of 10 petals here. So that is what I'm using to make my flowers, 10 petals. Okay, now that one I'm just going to kind of shift to the side a little bit, kind of overlap it a little bit, just like so. You can see that, and again, just keep twisting it with thread. And I'm just going to finish up doing that. Okay, when you come to the end like this and you don't have enough to continue wrapping, what I do is go ahead and just wrap it around loosely around the wire all the way to the bottom, and then just start another piece, and again about a yard or so. And if you don't feel comfortable with working with such a long piece, you can go ahead and just cut off smaller pieces and just know that you'll have to keep adding. So what I'm going to do is again hold it. Using my ring and middle finger, I'm just going to hold that thread. Wrap it around a few times. And then just tie a quick double knot using that piece of thread that I held with my 2 fingers. Just like so. Cut off the extra. And then just continue in. Okay, now I'm going to add my last petal. And tie that one down really, really well. I can already smell it. It smells awesome. Okay, and then just loosely again take my string and wind it down. And there's your flower. Now it still can be moved, and what I'm going to do is just kind of take it out a little bit. Take my petals out. Maybe that was the difference. I forgot to do that. Okay, and you can still kind of play with the positioning of the petals. Okay, just like so. And yeah, that's not bad for a second attempt. Then what I'm going to do is just go back, and if you see any that are really, the wire is just sticking out, and you don't want it to like basically have thorns on it, you're going to want to just clip that off very, very carefully. I have had this metal fly up in my eyes before, so be very, very careful when you're clipping little pieces like that. Okay, and that's your flower. And then what I'm going to do is just take some floral tape, and I cannot stand this stuff. It's very sticky, and it will leave almost like a wax coating on your fingers, which I can't stand, but it really does do the job. So I use it, even though it's not my favorite stuff to work with. You just want to start at the base and really wrap it nice and tight. Even going up on the petals a little bit is fine too. Then you're going to want to start coming down. And go ahead and leave it on the roll and just use your last 2 fingers to hold it and work it with your index and your thumb finger. That'll really keep control of the tape, and you can keep it nice and tight as you roll it down. Now you can make these as tall or as long as you want. Well, long or short as you want actually. So that's up to you. I like the length that my blue one is at, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of get a measurement and stop where I think it's going to be long enough. Okay, which should be right about there. And what I'm going to do is just continue to hold that on there. And I'm going to kind of pull the wire apart a little bit and just go up a little bit and then snip. Okay, and then other side, and again watch it, because as you just saw, that will go flying. And then just start to do the tape tight. And what I do is wrap it around the bottom and then tie it nice and tight and then come back up. You don't have to come all the way back up if you don't want to. Just make sure you're keeping that tape kind of stretched. And come back. And I'm not going to come all the way. And I'm just going to rip it right there. And kind of pull on it when you rip it, and it'll just kind of blend in. Kind of play with the petals a little bit here. So there you go. You have a nice flower. And this one smells like grapes, which smells awesome. So here's my first one I did, and here's the one I just did for you. So again, they're all going to turn out different. This one is more compact and this one's more open, but I think they both look great. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you understood everything, and if there wasn't anything, or if there was something that you need help with, just let me know and I'll try to explain it better. So, okay, that's it. Have a great day and happy crafting.